So a video has been circulating on the internet of 76 suspects that were arraigned in court, and they were looking malnourished. These were protesters that protested in August 2nd, the end governance protest, and they were waving the Russian flag, and then they were arrested since that day till when they were arraigned in the court, looking unkept, looking like they were not taken care of, like they had not eaten for days. And even before the trial, about four of them fainted and they were rushed to the clinic. Let's watch the video and tell me what you think. I would like you to air your opinion. Tell me what you really think.
While we were in court this morning, and shortly before the plea of the defendants, mainly underage children, could be taken, some of them who were looking quite malnourished, who were looking quite very sick, started snapping in court before the Honorable Justice Egwatu. Justice Egwatu, upon seeing the fainting of these young persons of school age, had to had to stand down proceedings abruptly. We had to rush some of these young children to the clinic within the facility of the court for them to be resuscitated. Some of them are still receiving treatment as I speak to you in the clinic. These young persons has been arrested since the second day of August 2024. No food. Over 3 months. No food. They've been left without clothing, without housing, without proper care. They are looking very malnourished. As you can see the videos that are flying around social media.
You're informed that they are taking Gary only.
They were kept at the Kuje Correctional Center and at the IRT, the notorious IRT at SAS Abatua. At SAS Abatua. Now, this is the facility that has held our young children that are being kept by this government over allegations of attempting to overthrow the president. The question now comes to how can a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy who is looking very frail and malnourished attempt to overthrow the president? That is a matter for another day. But we have filed an application contesting and challenging the powers of the courts to try these young persons. And this objection is founded on very solid foundation. The Constitution of Nigeria in Section 18 vests on the government the responsibility of educating young persons. The Universal Basic Education Act and the Children and Young Persons Act vest upon the government the duty to educate its younger ones. Section 2 of the UBEC Act mandates the government to provide education for its young persons, free compulsory education for all young persons. Unfortunately, young Nigerians have been arraigned in court today on a 10-count charge of an attempt to overthrow and overawe the government of Nigeria. They have been granted bail. We will strive hard to meet the bail conditions if we can. The conditions are quite neck-breaking. It is like giving bail with the right hand and taking with the left hand. We will strive and do our best to perfect these conditions. But if we cannot meet those conditions, we will come back to the courts and seek for a variation. Because we have shown that these are young persons who are hungry. The essence of the protest of August 2nd is to end hunger in the land. And we saw them in court today, looking quite malnourished. The problem persists, but we'll come back.
Why should small children, why should they spend 93 days in police custody when they should be in school? And the government can arrest 10, 12, 13-year-old and keep them in custody for 93 days. But the government has not been able to arrest Yabelo 6 months after. Is it not a parody of some sort that we have two separate countries? One country for the rich, one country for the poor. Our laws are very clear. It's 48 hours. The police are in breach of the fundamental rights of these children. So we are not going to delve into the substance of the issue, which is already before the court, so that we will not make remarks that are sub judice. But what we are saying, very simple. Yaya Bello, 6 months later, has not been arrested. But you arrest our children. You keep them in custody for 93 days. These children, they are already looking like they have kwashoko. They are malnourished. You understand? Then you cannot keep them in custody for this long. This is the reasons why our rating in the Human Rights Index is poor, is bad. You understand? The Tinubu government should discontinue the charge. We make a passionate appeal to the AGF, Baba Latif Fagbemi, that he should discontinue the charge. He should take over the matter and discontinue against these children.
I'm having watched the video. I really want to hear what you think, because yes, they committed an offense of terrorism, trying to overthrow the government, because why would they wave another country's flag in Nigeria? Yes, that's terrorism. But these are teenagers. They are barely know right from wrongs. So do you think that it was right for the government to charge them to court? And it's funny that the government is asking for 10 million naira bill per person. Do you think these are people that don't look like they can even afford it? So do you think what the government is doing is right, or do you think they should be released? Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you once again for joining us at the See you next week.